Welcome back to Redstone with Dave.
And Baker, hello.
What are we doing today?
Weighted pressure plates.
Ah, yes.
So these, both of these, so this is basically a gold pressure plate and this is an iron pressure plate. I bet you can guess which one's which. Um, the idea here is that these are basically extensions of the wooden pressure plate. So if you notice, if I hit these with arrows, it powers, and if I hit this one with arrows, it also gets powered, right?
Right.
The difference here is that these are weighted, so they can actually count the number of entities that are on there. So that's 1 arrow, 2 arrows, 3 arrows, 4 arrows, 5 arrows, 6 arrows, 7 arrows, and that goes all the way up to 15. But we can't go up to 15 because I ran out of space. Sad. Well, actually, I can still show you that because with this gold one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and you won't be able to see it on the redstone blocks, but you will be able to see this redstone go all the way around. So you can see like the powered redstone.
Ah, right. Okay. There we go.
So yeah, and so then you can see it'll slowly get to this one once I put enough in. There we go. So that has exactly 15 arrows in it. So if I'll put you into survival.
Okay.
And now pick up the arrows. Walk towards the arrows. Oh. I guess you can't pick them up because they were shot from creative. But that's 15 arrows.
Okay, cool.
And now you'll be stuck in survival forever.
Oh,
just kidding.
That's what I'm used to.
And then this is an iron pressure plate. So it's heavy, it's much more resistant because gold is like really malleable, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So this iron pressure plate is a lot more strong. So if you notice, if you're standing on it,
wait.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This also works for players. So if you want, stand on this with me.
Okay.
So see how it has two because there's two of us.
We're the same weight as an arrow.
Yeah, because there's two of us, so there's two entities on it.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter the weight, so to speak. It's just the how many entities.
Yeah, there's not. It doesn't like a player doesn't weigh more than an arrow does.
Okay, I see.
Minecraft, everyone.
Yeah.
And then this one is much more resistant. It takes a lot. So if you notice, I'm putting 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's 10, that's 11. And so 11 arrows is how many it takes. Oh, well, I accidentally picked them up. But 11 arrows changes it from 1 signal to 2 signal. And that basically gets multiplied up and up and up to a limit of sort of like 11 times 15 to a maximum of 141. So the gold pressure plate to output 15 signals is 15 entities. The iron takes 141 to output about this many.
Wow.
So an example of where this is useful is if, say, you wanted your mob farm to produce a bunch of mobs but stop at a certain point because you didn't want it to lag.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have all of your mobs funnel into one area where they stand on an iron pressure plate, and then you could have a 15 long redstone dust, and then when the redstone dust reaches here, you could have a repeater, and then this repeater would go and turn off your farm.
Gotcha. All right. So okay.
Once there were 141 mobs here, and it used to be really nice when they in the earlier leveling system where this amount of mobs, the amount of mobs to get 15 was the exact amount of mobs in experience that you needed to get to level 30 to enchant. But they've since changed enchanting, so that doesn't work anymore. But it still has some practical uses, which I think are cool.
Nice.
And you could also create like a secret in your base where you had to throw exactly 4 of an item or shoot 4 arrows onto a pressure plate. So that's Huh. Oh, right, because stacks only count as one. So
okay.
if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, those really better have hit the. Yeah, so that's 4 stacks
I
of
just
items.
threw some meat on top too.
Yeah, it's fine. So that's 4 stacks of items. So that's seen as 4 entities per se.
I see.
Yeah. And so you could basically have a little gate that would only turn on when there were exactly 4 stacks of items on that.
Oh,
And then
okay.
interestingly, something that's unstackable counts as a full stack. So if I throw bows, which are unstackable on here, that counts as well, I missed one of them, but you can see that the bows count as multiple.
Right.
All right. So now daylight versus and nighttime sensors. So daylight sensors can be crafted like this: glass, quartz, wooden slabs of any type. I always forget how to craft these. Always, always, always. Have to look it up every single time. I mean, like, I might be playing in my survival world 20 minutes after we stop recording this. I'll have to look it up again. It's terrible. But
You're
these
making
are
it
useful.
nice and easy for the rest of us here.
Yeah, so daylight sensors are crafted like that, and they sense daylight. No way, right? So right now it's I believe about 9 a.m. in this world. Currently locked in position. So if you fly over to me, hi,
Oh, there you go.
because the tree's in the way, or shape. There's some fancy math name for that shape. I don't know what it is. So the sun's right there. So that's about 9 a.m. It's locked at this right now because we don't want to have it be night on this world, except for right now, because we're going to be showing you how these things sense daylight and nighttime.
This is the first time it's going to be nighttime.
On this world, yeah. And so this is a nighttime sensor, which you get by simply right-clicking a normal daylight sensor. So daylight sensor, you right-click it, it turns blue, and it turns into a nighttime sensor.
Cool.
Pretty snazzy.
Yeah.
And convenient that you don't have to craft another one. And this is basically the exact inverse signal of this. So if you notice, this goes all the way around and powers here.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that this is the last powered dust here.
Yeah.
And if we come over here and look at this one, this is the last powered dust.
Mm-hmm.
So this compared to this, so it's basically, there is currently out of 15 signal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signal strength left for the daylight sensor. And the nighttime sensor is currently outputting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of redstone signal.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
hold on.
then,
This is a nighttime sensor, right? This one?
Yeah, the blue one is a nighttime sensor, yes.
Right.
So then I can gradually change the time. So now I'm going to change it to 10. Or no, that's 6 p.m. Whoops. And so now you'll notice that this daytime sensor or nighttime sensor is only outputting 3 blocks, and there is exactly 3 blocks of signal left here.
That's interesting. Okay.
And so that is actually a crossover. So if I go, and the thing is, sadly, 24 hours in a day, there's only 15 redstone signal. So this isn't exactly accurate. But,
gotcha. Right. Okay.
The ratios don't line up very well.
Well, what's interesting to me is that even during the daytime, the nighttime sensors still work.
Well, because there's less. So right now, it's 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So this is like the very middle of the day. So if you look straight up, it's midday.
Right.
And this is at 0.
Oh, gotcha.
So once it gets past that,
mm-hmm.
So just a little bit past it.
A little bit more past it.
Yeah, just a little bit more, maybe.
There we go.
Yeah. So
that's really cool.
Now So now it's just a little bit of nighttime. So it detects a tiny bit of nighttime. And so I'll just keep cycling through, and you can see that will slowly increase in number.
Oh boy.
And now it's nighttime, and now this is much more powerful. So now the daytime sensor is only sensing 2. It's only sensing 2 signal, and the nighttime sensor is getting all this. And then as we slowly cycle through, it is now
100% nighttime.
Yeah, so you can see the moon straight up there, right?
The moon?
Oh, it's around the back here.
Okay. Let's see here. Get a better view. Oh, moon.
Come here.
Oh, over that way.
And then look over there and you can see the moon.
Ah, there it is.
So this is basically pretty close to midnight. That's 11 p.m.
Okay.
So this light is currently active because that's about the most nighttime it's ever going to get. And now this world will never again be affected. It will be made 9 a.m. once again, and it shall never be nighttime again. Haha.
It's always morning.
Daytime forever. It's sort of like I'm like the anti-villain.
Yeah.
Eternal day.